All right, folks, it is my great pleasure to introduce the MCs for today's event, two board members from I Have a Dream, Jason Valerie and Jackie Juarez. Please welcome them.
Thank you, Jim. Good morning. Let's try that again. Good morning. Thank you. And welcome again to our 23rd annual Dream Maker Luncheon. My name is Jackie Juarez. I use she, her, ella pronouns, and I proudly serve on the board of directors for the I Have a Dream Foundation of Boulder County, in addition to chairing the DEI committee of the board. I joined the board because of the shared mission to empower our children to succeed in school, college, and career by providing academic, social, and emotional support from elementary school through post-secondary education. I've been a Longmont resident for the last 3 decades, and while I do reminisce on the many childhood trips to what was known back then as Twin Peaks Mall and how little traffic we had, it's been incredible to see the ways in which the city has grown and developed. Outside of the organization, I am part of the University of Colorado Boulder's Lead School of Business, where I serve as a diversity, equity, and inclusive cultural specialist. I know I'm not alone when I say that the impact of the last 2 years have been felt both locally and nationally. The devastation and trauma of the pandemic will be felt for the years to come, and the successes and ways in which our community has come together these last 2 years are to be celebrated and acknowledged. Before we continue with our program, we'd like to take the time to acknowledge the land we currently occupy. We acknowledge the land and history of this space we are fortunate to gather in today. We honor and acknowledge that we are on the traditional territories and ancestral homelands of the Ute, Cheyenne, Arapaho, and many other Native American nations. We recognize the indigenous peoples as the original stewards of the land, water, plants, and animals who called this place home. It is important to acknowledge this setting because the narratives of this land in this region have long been told from dominant perspectives, without full recognition of the original land stewards who continue to inhabit and connect with this land. Thank you for your attention and respect in acknowledging this important legacy.
Well, hi everyone. I'm Jason Valerie, and a fellow board member alongside Jackie, and one of your MCs for today. I'm a 4th generation Colorado native, and I was born, like my father and my son, at Boulder Community Hospital. I love this community, and I've been part of it my whole life. Boulder has a unique spirit. The people here are different. You can trace many of the roots of our local culture back to the late 60s. The events of 1968, including the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King, sent shockwaves through America that reverberated heavily here in Boulder. There were regular protests at the University of Colorado that lasted throughout the early 70s. The protesters were fighting injustice and rebelling against traditional values. There was a recognition in the community that no matter who you were or what background you came from, you deserved to live a fulfilling life on your terms. The expectations of society were thrown out the window. No matter who you were or what background you came from, individualism and inclusivity attracted like-minded thinkers to Boulder from around the country. By the late 70s, there were legions of tie-dyed and bell-bottom wearing idealists who made up a substantial part of our community, including my own mother. Today, we continue in their tradition of being open-minded, respectful of others' ideas, and ensuring no need goes unmet by sharing our collective resources. The I Have a Dream Foundation is one shining example of how Boulder County has come together to fulfill that vision over the last 32 years. The organization supports the youth of our community who have unmet social, emotional, and financial needs by ensuring access to the same opportunities as their peers, regardless of their background. That's why I dedicate my time to this amazing organization and serve on the board of directors, with the hope that we can have a positive impact on the lives of the next generation. How many of you have been to a luncheon in the past? Wow, a lot of you. Well, for those of you that aren't familiar with the organization, Jackie and I would like to spend a little bit of time defining a number of the terms that you'll hear regularly today throughout our programming.
A Dreamer Scholar is how we refer to our youth who joined our programming in either the 1st or 2nd grade. We work with the school districts and Boulder housing partners to identify families based on their eligibility for free and reduced lunch. That is the only requirement for families to join. We do not handpick our students.
A Dreamer Scholar class, also known as a cohort, is a group of 40 to 60 students who attend programming together from the beginning of their educational journey. They're led by a bilingual and often bicultural program director. They are more than a class, they are a family, and they are a team. They lean on one another, celebrate each other's successes, and face the challenges of middle and high school together.
The organization, like society as a whole, has encountered significant obstacles over the last few years. We've got a ton of great content prepared for you today, which highlights the amazing work and impact of the I Have a Dream Foundation, despite these challenges. The team has been steadfast in realizing the mission that has remained durable throughout this organization's history.
Today, you'll get to meet our new executive director. She's defining the next chapter in our history. You'll hear from Miriam DeSantiago and Bernardo Padilla, who are the parents of 2 Dreamer Scholars in the program, as well as participants in our Parents as Learners program. I believe the success of this organization is best observed through the accomplishments and impact of our Dreamer Alumni Scholar. They are going to share with you how the organization has supported them and how they are thriving.
And I can't wait, and I hope y'all can't wait either. All that and more to come, but first I want to introduce John Ricotta, our board chair, who is going to walk you through some of our history along with the current state of the organization. Welcome, John.
Thank you, Jackie, and thank you and Jason for being the MCs of our event today. Wow, I just want to take a second and soak this in. It's been way too long since we've been able to hold one of our annual luncheons. It's so great to see this room full. Thank you all for being here. For those of you that don't know me, my name is John Ricotta, and as Jackie mentioned, I currently have the honor of serving as the chair for the board of directors of the I Have a Dream Foundation in Boulder County. I've been involved with this organization for the past 8 years. This organization's mission truly speaks to me. I come from a family of educators, and education has always been important in my life. It is one of my life goals to help support as many individuals as I can in their pursuit of education. As many of you know, the I Have a Dream Foundation is in fact a part of a larger national organization with affiliates across the U.S. While each affiliate functions independently, we have a common mission, and we have of empowering children with under-resourced communities and succeed in college, career, and education, and with tuition assistance. We are proud to say that our local affiliate is one of the largest in the network. Great organization was started all the way back in 1981 by Eugene Lang in Harlem, New York. He has always been inspired by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech, and he wanted to help students achieve their goals by granting college scholarships when they graduated from high school. It didn't take long for Mr. Lang's dream to come to Colorado. Our local dream started 32 years ago and has continually changed based to meet the needs of our community. This organization's desire to continually evolve has never been more evident or more needed than in the past few years, as we all grappled with the challenges of the COVID pandemic, the loss of homes due to the Marshall fires, and continued racial and social injustices. We have many goals for this luncheon, including celebrating our 32 years of direct community impact. Besides those 32 years, another item I'm most proud of is that we continue to challenge ourselves to advance our programming to meet our students where they need to be met. Today, our programming focuses on academic support that aligns with district standards in reading, writing, and math, social emotional health, and substance abuse prevention through evidence-based life skill training, talking about emotions, self-regulation, and self-care, identity exploration and cultural pride, anti-oppression and a sense of belonging through dreamer team building and group identity exploration and acceptance of differences. Deeper dives into passions and interests through intentional enrichment, partners, and extracurricular activities, and leadership skills through training with civic engagement projects. Due to the pandemic, we did miss the opportunity to celebrate our 30th anniversary. However, our work still went on. Our team of amazing program directors, AmeriCorps members, internal staff, and leadership took these challenges head on and were able to provide the much needed support and stability for our dreamers in an uncertain time. During this uncertainty, we also had the luckiness of having an expansive search for a new CEO. Shortly after that search began, the world shut down. But luckily, the board learned how to use Zoom, and we were fortunate enough to hire and meet Dr. Perla Delgado. She'll be speaking here in a moment, but I do want to sing her praises for a bit. When she accepted this position, she moved back to Colorado in the middle of a pandemic and hit the ground running. Her commitment to our students, families, and her staff has been inspiring, and she's the perfect fit for our organization and our community. We are excited to share with you what we've been up to since we last been together, and we have a short video to bring you up to date.
The Dream Foundation is where kids have fun.
It's like where you can be like creative.
Having somewhere to be after school and just knowing that I'm gonna have people there that help me out with my homework.
It wasn't just academic, right? It was social and emotional too. Everyone on that team truly does want to see every single one of those dreamers succeed.
Like most of the time there's people that like come in and like do activities with us. One time we did a little board game and we would choose like how we would save our money.
They're always kind. They will help you with your homework. They show me how to speak English because at the time I was confused how to talk or I didn't understand the teachers at all. Now I can speak fluid, read fluid, and also write fluid.
It's just about helping us get to college, give us a better chance at least. The college trip was kind of inspiring. I'm the first one in my family to go to college. It would be a big accomplishment for me.
Being able to go on different college tours, being able to meet different people, going to Dreamer conferences.
I've been to places I've probably not been going.
These real world things that you might otherwise not be able to experience due to economic factors.
Going camping out in Estes.
I'm going to a Rapids game.
One time we went to a CU basketball game. We went onto the court and I got the game ball.
Dreamers sometimes let you pick your own field trip. It feels good to pick what you want to do, to be trusted. It gives you like confidence to make more decisions by yourself, to make good decisions.
I'm very grateful for the I Have a Dream program because they've always been there for me. They've helped me come out of my shell and just do new stuff that I would never think of doing before.
They're trying their best to like make you happy and like make you like really active and have fun.
Those people that did donate really made all of that happen.
We need the support from donors, from volunteers, whatever it be, right? If you can volunteer your time, do it.
It just helps a bunch of people with their lives, like with their education, their college.
You truly do make a difference in someone's life. You're paying it forward for a lifetime for them.
Can't help to stand there and think, wow, those dreamers are just inspiring. It's so fun to see those videos. Before I go, I do want to say thank you one more time. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for your past support, and thank you for your future support. I hope you enjoy the rest of your program, and now it's my pleasure to introduce to you the Executive Director and CEO of the I Have a Dream Foundation of Boulder County, Dr. Perla Delgado.
I just have to say that I feel like I won an Oscar. So I might get a little emotional because I remember growing up in Boulder County and there wasn't very much leadership who looked like me, who had shared experiences. I'm a young brown girl who arrived in Boulder, Colorado in the early 80s, and my family immigrated to this area not because of the mountains or the outdoors. It was simply an aunt who said, come over, check it out. My father's dream was not to raise his children here. He wanted to go back to Mexico, and obviously he lost the battle because we're still here about 40 years later. So it's such an honor to be at this stage with each and every one of you today. Thank you, John, for the wonderful introductions. It's great to be back in Boulder, especially in this role as executive director of this amazing foundation. This is my first luncheon, so it's like, woo, this is exciting. Muchísimas gracias por estar aquí. Thank you for each and every one of you for supporting us. We're so excited to share with you some of the work that really brought us together. And it's been a while, 3 years, since we were able to share what we've been doing. But before I continue, I would be remiss if I didn't take a moment to acknowledge some really special people in the community who make this happen, who support our mission and our work. I'd like to thank Medtronic Foundation, our presenting sponsor today, and partner in our new STEAM Community Center. Thank you, Medtronic. Thank you to our corporate sponsors, Staff Toyota, Sloat, Nicholson, and Hoover, Audi, Flatirons, Village at the Peaks, and thank you to our supporters, First Bank, Elevations Credit Union, the University of Colorado at Boulder, Ascent CFO, and Peter Braun, UBS. And of course, our longtime media partners, the Daily Camera, the Longmont Times, and Broomfield Enterprise. And to many of you who have been longtime supporters of the I Have a Dream Foundation. Of course, you deserve a hand clap. Let's go for it. Yay. Thank you to our program partners, Boulder Housing Partners, the Boulder Valley School District, and the St. Vrain Valley School District. They host our programming and give us the space and the place to make our dreams a reality every day. So thank you. And thank you to the University of Colorado's Bueno Center High School Equivalency Program. They work in collaboration with us to offer the GED High School Diploma Program to adult learners in our Parents as Learners program. The Parents as Learners program started over a year ago to provide the parents and caregivers and guardians of the Dreamer Scholars with the scholarship and coaching support to complete their academic goals. You will continue to hear about this program throughout today's event. And a special acknowledgement to our current board members. Woot woot, shout out, because they're amazing. And our community partners, and to all of the executive directors and staff of other nonprofits who are supporting us today. You are amazing. You have an experience and expertise in our community that makes our mission a lot stronger and a lot plausible to do. To the teachers who work with us, mentors and learning partners, donors and Dreamer Scholar sponsors, thank you for your continued support. Of course, I would like to make a selfish plug because we have a lot of new community members and a lot of new family and friends in this space. Sorry, did I just? Ooh, that was me. I knew it was going to happen. Thank you. I saw your face. You were like, oh, I'll fix it. I would like to make a selfish plug, as I mentioned, for all of the new faces and friends that we have. We are looking to recruit new volunteers. As many of you all might have experienced, the job market is pretty good right now, right? So our AmeriCorps team and our volunteer team, a lot of people don't want to volunteer their time. So I'm hoping that if you have some time after school hours, come volunteer with us. Share your expertise, your passion for working with kids, and your passion for helping us grow as a community. We are always looking for volunteers, so please connect with our Director of Volunteers, Carla, over there in that corner, and Karina as well. She's around here somewhere. If you're interested in learning how we can use your expertise in our mission and work. Additionally, it goes without saying that our mission can't be done without the people who make it happen. These are our staff members, our programs teams, at the I Have a Dream Foundation. If you are a staff member, can you please stand? Don't be shy. Mi linda comunidad, my beautiful community, these are the people who make it happen. They translate our mission into the programming, into everyday activities and experiential opportunities, and work in collaboration with the Dreamer Scholars and their families to build a pathway to post-secondary success. They are the work, they are the mission. Thank you to each and every one of you. Can we give them one more round of applause, please? We also have a very special group with us today, and those are the Dreamer Scholars. They thought they were not going to have to get up, but can you please get up if you are a Dreamer Scholar? Don't be shy. Yay! Woo, woo! Thank you for being with us today. They are the leaders, they are the change makers, they are the individuals who are constructing a better future for each of us. They are the dreamers, and it's so excited to see them grow. Let's give them one more round of applause. I do have to say that looking at them reminds me of when I was a child growing up in San Juan del Centro, an apartment community here in Boulder. I had friends who were Dreamer Scholars. I remember seeing them in their Dreamer attire, talking about the college tours, learning leadership development skills, and getting the academic success that they needed as they were paving a way to post-secondary. I can say that it was inspiring. However, in my younger years, don't judge, I think it was jealousy. But I'm more mature now, so I'll stick to inspiring. Fast forward 30 years later, I am reminded that the work is still not done. Since I joined the organization 2 years ago, we have worked with our partners, the Dreamer Scholars and their families, and the community, and those who have been part of our organization's history for over 32 years, to better learn what is our strength, what are we really good at, and how do we ensure that we're complementing and not competing with the incredible expertise in the community, within the county, and most importantly, within the family structures the Dreamers belong to. Throughout many honest and transparent conversations, we learned our strength is doing our programming in out-of-school time. Our strength in the relationships that we build with scholars during this time is critical to our work. This, everyone, get ready, drum roll, is our superpower. And it's our path as a nonprofit in Boulder County. It's also our focus as we move into the next 5 years. It's a social and emotional learning, it's academics, and it's expanding into a 2-generational model that supports our parents and guardians. We are confident that these 3 areas will continue to contribute to the success that our Dreamer Scholars will experience as we collaboratively build a path toward achieving their post-secondary goals. But more importantly, it's continuing our path towards strength-based language, recognizing and acknowledging that the Dreamers and their families have an expertise, incredible skills, passion, hopes, and dreams that will contribute to the success of our community. Social and emotional skills are an integral part of our program model. SEL are skills that assist Dreamers in maintaining supportive relationships and making responsible, healthy, and caring decisions. Our academic focus has always been at the forefront of our mission. We continue to collaborate with our district partners to provide additional academic support during and out of school to assist the growth and development that our Dreamer Scholars are experiencing every day. We'll continue to be innovative in this area as we confront the academic challenges the pandemic has brought forth. And finally, the 2-generational model expansion, also known as a Parents as Leaders program, gave us the opportunity to add parents to our programming. This is a direct result of the advocacy and leadership of our Parent Advisory Committee members, one which you'll meet later on today. We have partnered with CU Boulder's Bueno Center to offer their GED, High School Diploma Completion Program, as well as added new staff to assist with the coaching on enrollment and completion of a post-secondary degree for Dreamer Scholar parents, which again, you'll learn more of later on. This seed funding from Susan and Dave Hoover has allowed us to provide scholarship support to our Dreamer parents, guardians, and caregivers to return to school and complete a GED, high school diploma, enroll in a technical or vocational program, or a 2 or a 4-year college or university. We are excited for what is to come as we enter this new phase of the organization's history. We believe that building a path towards equity ensures access to the resources scholars need to succeed so each of them can ignite their innate potential and achieve their dreams. And we can't do this without each and every one of you. Thank you so very much, and I will pass the mic back to Jackie and Jason and collect the banner that I just dropped. Nobody judge.
Wow, it's always great to hear about the impactful work going on within our organization and the continued growth with Dr. Delgado's leadership, such as what you heard, the 2-Gen model, and our Parent Advisory Committee. The relationships that Dr. Delgado has fostered within the community instills the trust that she has built with our families, partners, donors, and board members. We are doing incredible work throughout the county, within our schools and community.
We would now like to introduce you to Miriam de Santiago and Bernardo Padilla, who are parents of 2 of our Dreamer Scholars in the Oak class. They have also achieved their GED and moved on. Sorry, the mic is not working great here. They have also achieved their GED and moved on to Front Range Community College classes as participants in the Parents as Learner program that Perla talked about. Miriam will be sharing her remarks in Spanish. It's important to recognize how it can make us feel uncomfortable when we hear a speaker in a language we don't understand. Many of our Dreamer Scholars experience this discomfort in our classes every day. To help share Miriam's story, we provided you with an English translation of her words in your program. Please welcome Miriam and Bernardo as they share their experiences with I Have a Dream.
Good morning to you all. My name is Bernardo Padilla. I have been living in Boulder, Colorado since 1993 after my family moved from Ciudad Juarez, Mexico. I am the youngest of 3. I started my education experience in the U.S. during my 3rd grade year when I attended Washington Elementary in Boulder. This is where I got to meet some of the teachers that would change my life forever, even to this day. Laura Sanchez is and will always be one of my most beloved teachers of all time. It is because of her that I didn't go crazy during my first year, where I had to learn everything from scratch. By this I mean how to read, how to speak a new language, and get used to the new way of life. During my senior year at Fairview High School, we got the unfortunate news that my mother was very ill and needed our help at home since she wasn't able to do much. At the time, I felt that I didn't have any support from my school or from the rest of my family to me. To me, the best answer was to leave high school to take care of my mother. I thought I was making the right decision for me and my family. Later, I felt like I had let down a lot of people, but mainly myself. After a year, my mom got the surgery that saved her life. I felt like I was ready to get my life back on track. However, life had other plans for me. My partner in crime, that's how I refer to my lovely wife, came into my life. We got married, and a year later, our first son, Marcus, arrived. He was such a wonderful, crazy, and lovable boy that stole my heart immediately. Being a dad was and still is amazing. A year later, our second son came into our lives, Andy. Unlike his older brother, Andy made me realize that not all kids are the same. Marcus was a very quiet and sleepy baby, and Andy was an extreme opposite. We were introduced to the I Have a Dream Foundation when Andy was in the 2nd grade. The opening for our kids to join this program came into our knowledge, and we met the requirements needed so that he could join. We were and still are very lucky that he was able to join the program. During his first year, Andy was diagnosed with epilepsy, and due to this, he got really behind academically. The I Have a Dream Foundation helped and continues to help him with his schoolwork and to ensure that he doesn't fall behind on any of his classes. We were even luckier because his brother Marcus was able to join the I Have a Dream Foundation the following year. He is in the spectrum with autism. He has been able to keep up with his classes and maintain good grades, even with the struggles that regular school has for him. When our boys were in the 6th and 7th grade, we decided to embark in the craziness of opening our own business. This brought many challenges to us as a family, but it also brought us closer, since we were able to spend more time together. We've owned our business for 4 years and have increased our involvement in the community. We serve on boards and committees through the city of Boulder. We are involved in the community advocacy together with my wife. We teach individuals how to use technology through Sister Carmen's Bridging Digital Divides program. This is when I started to get the motivation to go back to school, but I always found an excuse to say that it was impossible to do so. Last June 2021, I lost my mother. I think that it's kind of ironic. Because of my mother's illness, I thought that the best thing for me at the time was to leave school. Now that she's gone, I have the strength and motivation to get back to my studies. I've always felt that my education never ended, but it was placed at an abrupt halt. Because of the I Have a Dream Foundation and their Parents as Learners program, I was able to go back to school. They provided a scholarship, books, and support to finish the GED program in about 6 months, and I am currently enrolled at Front Range Community College as a full-time student. It is because of all the opportunities that I saw the organization bring to my children that I got the courage to do something that should have been done a long time ago, accomplishing my dream of going back to school. Both of our boys have expressed their interest in attending college and studying different fields, and because of the I Have a Dream Foundation, our family's commitment to their education and their drive, I know that this can be possible. I thank you for your time and for attending this lovely event. And now, please, let me introduce you to my partner in crime, Miriam de Santiago.
La primera vez que supe acerca de I Have a Dream fue en la escuela elementaria Columbine, en Boulder. Cuando Andy estaba en segundo año, recibió la invitación por parte de la fundación, pero en ese entonces estaba un poco indecisa en si él debería de atender o no. Entonces, estando trabajando, le hice el comentario a una compañera de que mi hijo sería elegible para el programa. Ella me dijo, magnífico, será una experiencia grata tanto para ustedes como para tu hijo. Lo único que ellos piden es un compromiso tanto de parte del niño como de la familia. Así fue. No hagas caso a los malos comentarios. Llenamos el contrato y a los meses Marcos formó parte del programa. Desde entonces ha sido la experiencia más grande y gratificante para nosotros, ya que ellos nos han abrazado como una familia, ya que en el transcurso de esto hemos tenido varios inconvenientes. Al poco tiempo de comenzar el programa, Andy tuvo un ataque de epilepsia en la escuela. Saliendo del hospital necesitó trabajo extra, ya que olvidó 2 semanas de su vida. Y su nivel académico quedó a nivel de kinder. La fundación nos apoyó con AmeriCorps, que trabajaron con él para ponerlo a nivel de grado y aumentar su seguridad, ya que tenía miedo de volver a la escuela. Otro tema es que la fundación consiguió una beca para que Marcus pudiera tener ayuda extra con su autismo. Esta beca no fue para nada pequeña, él tuvo la beca por 3 meses y un avance increíble a nivel académico. Los AmeriCorps han sido un punto clave para mis hijos. Con ellos han creado amistades para toda la vida, al punto que aunque ellos se han mudado de ciudad y estado, siguen teniendo contacto con ellos y a distancia los animas a seguir luchando por sus sueños. Ni hablar de sus mentores. Scott Anderson es el mentor de Andy. Con él tiene paseos, hace trabajo comunitario, han plantado árboles en la ciudad. Durante la pandemia hacen videollamadas para estar en contacto, ya que se podían reunir, buscaban la manera de poder hacer actividades. Scott ha sido parte de momentos duros para la vida de Andy. Él estuvo con él durante la enfermedad y fallecimiento de su abuelita. De animándolo y tratando de hacer que olvidara un poco el triste momento. Para Márquez, aunque él no tiene un mentor, él ha adoptado a AmeriCorps como mentores. Se fue su último AmeriCorps, que lo apoyó tanto en lo académico como en lo personal. Él, al igual que Scott, estuvo con él durante la enfermedad de su abuelita, siendo Marcus el más afectado por la muerte de esta. Y él estuvo con él apoyándolo. Tracy es otra persona en la cual él adora. Yo le digo que ella es su otra mamá, ya que creo que desde que empezó como directora del programa Oak, él se encariñó mucho con ella. Ella, a pesar de estar en otra área en la fundación, sigue estando al pendiente de él. Pasando a otros temas, la fundación nos ha ayudado también a nosotros como padres, con cursos, guías para ser mejores tanto como personas y padres. En lo personal me he beneficiado de estas, en programas como Crianza con Cariño y otros más. En la actualidad estoy tomando los programas Confianza, clases de inglés y el GED. Me gusta involucrarme en todo lo referente a la vida académica de mis hijos. Por esta razón soy parte del comité de padres de I Have a Dream Foundation, también el comité de padres del distrito escolar y otros más. Para personas inmigrantes como yo, muchas de las veces creemos que no tenemos el derecho a involucrarnos, pero no aquí. Nosotros podemos llegar tan lejos hasta donde podamos. Muchas gracias por su atención.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Miriam and Bernardo. If we can give them another round of applause. It's wonderful to hear the impact the organization has had on Andy and Marcus, in addition to the support you've also received from the organization. As business owners and community advocates yourselves, you're an example of one of the many ways we get involved in our communities. We share great pride with you as you celebrate the culmination of your GED and associate's degree.
Now, I think that the best way to experience the impact of our programming is hearing firsthand from our former Dreamer scholars who have benefited from our organization. Up next, we want to introduce you to a few of our Dreamer alumni with a 6-minute video.
I wrote a poem. I was supposed to write a speech, so here goes nothing. I come from a place of love and nurture, where you earn what you have and work for what you want, where a college education for the older generations wasn't a reality. So as a first generation, yes, I am full of expectations. And although some may see it as a burden, I see it as an opportunity. I come from a place of support and trust, where no matter my decision or the direction of my intuition, like it or not, I have someone there for me to guide and help me. I am the first generation to be going to any college, so it's very exciting. I will be graduating from Alexander Dawson School this Saturday, and next year I'm planning on going to Regis University in Denver and double majoring in graphic design and communications with a minor in either Spanish or ethnic studies.
I Have a Dream made the path easier. Now working at a school district, I can see how hard it is for families to get through our system. And looking back at my own experience, I can see barriers that I was able to avoid thanks to I Have a Dream. And half of it is because of the language barrier or because my parents are immigrants and they don't understand the educational system. Without I Have a Dream, I wouldn't have been able to go on different college tours. Like, that's not something that was part of our norm. So I'm just grateful for all the different experiences that I Have a Dream was able to provide us and continues to provide the kids. The I Have a Dream Foundation of Boulder County has really helped me evolve as a leader and taught me what it could look like. I went to Dawson and then I went to Regis, and now I'm working at a great environment where I truly love my job. The I Have a Dream Foundation, it's honestly one of those opportunities where if it's presented to you, take it. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
My dream is to be a restaurant owner. My dream is to be a veterinarian. My dream is to be a horse trainer.
My dream is to be a sports agent. When I graduate, I will receive a scholarship to help pay for college. I'm not really too sure of what sports agents really, really actually do, but I've always just liked the persuasion aspect of things. I've always been a big talker. After high school, I attended the University of Colorado in Colorado Springs for 4 years, got my bachelor's in communications. And now I work for a company called Angie. I do sales. Being bilingual, I'm able to help a lot of the Hispanic, Latino community kind of grow and expand their business. Growing up, I never really knew what I wanted to do. And I Have a Dream just did a really good job of paving a road for me to at least see and just explore different avenues. I love to travel. The first time I ever got on a plane was actually through I Have a Dream. It's a Dreamer conference in New Jersey. We went a little bit early to explore New York City, and that was one of the coolest experiences of my childhood. Getting to see a place that I've never been to and really just never thought I'd really ever go to. It's just something that I love to do and that I want to continue doing. Junior year of college, I wanted to do an exchange program. And I ended up at the University of Puerto Rico for a semester. What I really wanted to get out of it was to sharpen up my Spanish skills, because I knew when I graduated I was gonna kind of find my way into a bilingual role. And I Have a Dream actually kind of helped me with a lot of my expenses. I can't thank I Have a Dream enough for what they did for me. From college tours to making sure my grades were on point to making sure that I didn't get in any trouble. It's just amazing what we're able to do because of a program like this. Although, rough beginnings and everything like that, we can all grow to be who we want to be. I'll be a dreamer for life.
My dream is to be a dancer.
My dream is to be a football player.
My dream is to be a lawyer.
My dream is to be a teacher.
My dream is to be an FBI agent.
What made me attracted to become an FBI agent was honestly the movies. It was all like the crime scenes and they just hype it up, and so that's what got my attention. So I am first generation college graduate. I finished my college experience at Metro State University with a degree in criminal justice and a minor in social work. Without I Have a Dream, I wouldn't be here today. There's no doubt in my mind that that wouldn't be the case. So I was in the system myself, and Francisco, my I Have a Dream coordinator, he did the unbelievable for me. He went as far as going to my court dates with me. Every time that I was like, nope, I'm giving up on this class, he was like, no, we're getting you a tutor and you're gonna pass. I see something in you that you don't see in yourself. I had my son when I was a sophomore in high school. They pushed me even harder after I got pregnant to keep going forward, not just for me now, but for my child at this point. They also provided me with a mentor who was able to help me experience new life skills as well. They also helped me make a resume. I had no idea how to do a resume. They're not just there for your education, they're there to see you succeed personally as well. So right now I currently work for the 20th Judicial District, or also known as Boulder Probation. The work that we do is amazing for our clients. Knowing where I came from helps me help them. I Have a Dream definitely gave me the tools that I needed to put in my toolbox to succeed in the real world.
And it's thanks to people like you that dreamers like me can stand a little taller, smile a little wider, and know that my future looks brighter. For like the great Martin Luther King Jr., I too have a dream. And thanks to you, that dream is becoming a reality. Thank you.
Just like you saw the stories highlighted about our Dreamer alum in the video, I'd like to share my own. That's right, I too am a Dreamer alum and was part of the Columbine Elementary class of Longmont, Colorado that started in 2002. Let me get the Kleenex out first. My journey with the I Have a Dream Foundation of Boulder County began with the generous gift of my class sponsor, Kathy Ray, who committed to supporting an entire class of Dreamer scholars through high school graduation. I graduated high school, attended the University of Denver, where I obtained my bachelor's in business administration, and a year ago celebrated my master's degree in organizational leadership from the University of Colorado Boulder. A huge shout out to Dr. Perla Delgado and Eugenia O, our National I Have a Dream Foundation president and CEO, who made time for me amidst also learning about and leading our organizations and shared their knowledge and experience as I worked through my capstone project. Before I get ahead of myself, I'd like to speak to you about my mentor, Sarah, and acknowledge the incredible human being that continues to impact my life and added values in ways unimaginable. Our journey began together in 9th grade when Sarah was my AmeriCorps for our Dreamer class. The moment I met you, I felt your genuine interest in getting to know and celebrate me, my family, my culture, and my successes. It wasn't long before you became a part of the family, and before you knew it, we were dancing at my quinceañera. As a licensed social worker, you have grounded me in what it means to take care of myself. You introduced me to meditation, tending to my mental health, the importance of healing past trauma, getting outdoors, and celebrating life. You connected me with my first job out of undergrad, and soon enough, we were sharing the same space together. As a first-gen student, nervous and overwhelmed about life changes, you served as a role model of what pursuing post-secondary education could provide. From camping trips, sharing dinners at my family's home, our love of tostones and arepas, and all the times you burned a CD for me with all the latest hits. You have provided memories and stories that I will forever cherish. This past February, I joined CU Boulder's Lead School of Business, and coming into the university, I felt no stranger to the community because CU Boulder was my very first employer back in high school, while I interned in the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Community Engagement, thanks to the I Have Dream Foundation of Boulder County's summer internship program. And you know what I did when I settled in? I tracked down the office to see if my managers were still a part of the university, and all but one remained. Shout out to Chris Pacheco, Acting Vice Provost, Assistant Vice Chancellor for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. We connected, shared laughs, and as always, he shared his support during my time on campus. Thank you, Chris. And of course, I owe every fiber of my being to the unconditional support and sacrifice of my parents who came to this country with nothing so that they could give me everything. They have been with me through every step of my life and make me proud to be their daughter. They taught me the importance of being connected to our culture and roots, never giving up, advocating for myself, giving back to community, standing out in a world of conformity, and bringing important differences to the table. At this moment, I'd like to have Sally Visas, Miranda Grau, Sarah Martin, and Valeria Morales please stand. Sally and Miranda were my elementary school AmeriCorps. Sarah and Valeria were my AmeriCorps through high school. As I look back on these years of my life, the Jackie back then thanks you for rooting for her, believing in her skills and abilities, and making her believe and see that she too is destined for greatness. Y'all will always be family to me, and I'm forever grateful to the time and dedication you devoted to the organization and Dreamer Scholars. Thank you all so much.
My journey with the I Have a Dream Foundation began in the same building where my father's formal education ended. Those of you who have lived in the area for a while might recall that the school we know today as Pioneer Elementary was once Lafayette High School. My dad dropped out of Lafayette High in the 9th grade. He spent nearly his entire life as a truck driver for Western Disposal. He remained in that same job until his retirement just a few years back. He was their longest serving employee, which is a distinction I'm sure he still holds today. My mom, she often joked when I was a kid that she was smarter than my dad because she managed to make it all the way through the 10th grade before she dropped out of school. My mom spent her time cleaning houses and taking care of me. We had our basic needs met, but little else. My Dreamer class was launched in 1992 when I was in the 4th grade at Pioneer. I remember the joy, the excitement when we got the letter that I was going to be a Dreamer. The promise of a college scholarship was a huge sigh of relief for my family, who worried about the ability to provide me the opportunities that they never had. It was like a golden ticket. For me, it set a clear goal and motivated me to believe I wouldn't follow in their footsteps. I'd be different. Shortly after becoming a dreamer, my parents divorced. I moved with my mom to Longmont, and things actually got worse for me. As a single mom, she struggled to make ends meet. We'd moved to a new place just in time to avoid eviction from the previous one. Each time we moved, I was forced to attend a new school, start over. In total, during my K-12 years, I attended 7 different area schools. At one point, I was actually taken from my mother by social services, and I spent several months in the custody of the state of Colorado. I believe each dreamer benefits from the program in ways that are unique to them and their circumstances. And when I reflect back on my time, the consistency and accountability, they're the things that I found missing, both from my home and my school life. The I Have a Dream Foundation made a lasting commitment to me. Even though I no longer attended the school where the majority of my fellow dreamers did, I was still a part of the class. My program director would call and check up with me and see how I was doing, what I needed. They would drive out of their way to pick me up and make sure I was able to attend the programming. When my mom didn't pay the phone bill and our service was disconnected, there was always a knock at the door just to check and make sure I was okay and on track. Without having this accountability, I could have very well taken the same path my parents did and drop out of school early. I didn't, though. I stuck through it, and I graduated on time as part of Longmont High School, class of 2000. I Have a Dream is more, thank you. I Have a Dream is more, though, than just dropout prevention. I was provided opportunities that I would have otherwise never had. One of the most impactful for me was a summer internship program in the IT department at CU. It was my first real job, and it started the professional journey I find myself on today. I've now been in full-time in the software industry for the last 22 years, with the most recent 10 at Microsoft. I'm now a director of product management, and I manage a large team, and I lead the strategy for a major part of our cloud services. I doubt any of that would have been possible if it were not for the support of the I Have a Dream Foundation. I feel a tremendous debt to this organization, and I try to repay it any way I can, which is why I'm now a Dreamer sponsor, a board member. Like I said at the beginning, if we want this community to thrive, our focus must always be on the next generation. These kids are our future, and without our support, the cycle risks repeating. I want to recognize my program director, Troy Kylan. He's over here at table 18. And thank you, Troy, for your mentorship, accountability, and consistency. I also want to thank my class sponsor, Diane Ladd and Edie Ortega. I think Diane's here. I don't know where she's sitting, though. Diane, thank you, wherever you're at in the room. Most importantly, I want to give a shout out to my wife, Emily, who's also here today, and she's our table captain over at 3. She made me promise not to do this, but I want to publicly wish her a very happy birthday. Today is one of those big milestone birthdays, and she is here spending it with us. Like the I Have a Dream Foundation, without her, I wouldn't be where I am today. Thank you, honey. Now, let's move on to the main reason we're here. Jackie, take it away. Oh, yeah, you know.
Thank y'all for listening to Jason and I's story. I'm just going to hold it.
Yeah.
The theme of this year's luncheon is Dreaming Together, and we're going to do that part today. Everyone in this room is part of our community, a community that has believed in our dream for over 30 years. Together, we have delivered our mission in a way that was valued and recognizing the strengths of everyone in this room, and especially the Dreamer Scholars and their families. You've heard just a few examples of the impactful work during the last hour from Perla, Bernardo, Miriam, Alejandra, Alexis, and Anthony.
Additionally, while today's event is a small demonstration of the work we do for the Dreamer Scholar community, we also have a big announcement to make. We are planning to launch our first new class since 2020 in collaboration with the City of Longmont and the Longmont Youth Center. Yeah, let's get some applause. Yeah. On behalf of the organization, I want to express a sincere thank you to Councilman Tim Waters and Christina Pacheco and the entire Longmont Youth Center staff for entrusting us with this partnership. With the financial assistance of the community in this room, we're hoping to launch the next Dreamer class during the summer of 2023, supporting students from across Longmont. This is amazing news, right? Don't you think? Yeah? Well, we can't do it without your help.
That's right. So next we will walk you through different levels of giving, and we ask you to think about what makes the most sense for you and your family. But no matter the level you choose, it takes all of us to make a difference. Our goal today is that if we get 100 giving from everyone in the room, we know we will be stronger together. For those of you already familiar, we want to remind you that Colorado still offers an incredible tax saving called the Child Care Contribution Credit. It is available to Colorado taxpayers who donate to qualifying nonprofits, such as the I Have a Dream. And for those of you new to this tax benefit, we have a short video that will explain everything.
Let me start off by telling you that I am not an accountant. Let me also tell you that Colorado offers an amazing tax savings opportunity called the Child Care Contribution Credit. It is available to Colorado taxpayers who donate to qualifying nonprofits, and I Have a Dream is one of those nonprofits. As you can see, the numbers are almost too good to be true. Please follow along with me as I review the numbers. For today's example, we are using the federal income tax level of 24%. If your federal tax bracket is higher, your federal tax savings may be even greater. The Child Care Contribution Credit starts with a minimum donation of $250. If you contribute $250, the state of Colorado will give you 50% of your donation back to you as a tax credit when you file your taxes, and after-tax credits will only cost you $89. Does it really make sense to donate anything less than $250? Now let's look at the example of donating $4,000 annually to become a Dreamer Scholar sponsor. With the Child Care Contribution Credit, you will receive 50%, or $2,000, of that $4,000 back on your Colorado taxes in the form of a credit. On top of that, if you itemize, you'll still receive the 4.5% state of Colorado tax savings, which in this case is $91, plus an additional $480 federal tax benefit for making a donation today. So with a $4,000 gift at the 24% federal tax bracket, the after-tax cost to you is just $1,429 per year. Becoming a Dreamer Scholar sponsor today means you only spend 36 cents for every dollar you invest in the program. That's less than $4 a day to help break the cycle of poverty in Boulder County. Again, the federal tax benefit will vary slightly, depending on your tax bracket. But the Colorado Child Care Contribution Credit and the Colorado State Income Tax Deduction benefit levels do not change with different federal tax brackets. Of course, I advise you to consult with your tax expert.
As a visual learner myself, this really puts into perspective how affordable donating generously to the I Have a Dream really is. By the way, if you're a business, you can also qualify for the State Child Care Contribution Credit. So becoming a Dreamer Scholar for $4,000 a year will cost you less than $4 a day in after-tax expenses. We just cannot do this without the community's support.
That's right, Jackie. We were asking all of you to participate, to believe, to envision, and to ignite, to invest in your community, a community where each and every one of you, our youth, have equitable opportunities for success. Your commitment today will impact the lives of nearly 700 students. They are our future teachers and doctors, plumbers, social workers, lawyers, small business and leaders. In years past, we raised money per student for that year's launching class. While we do have a class launching next summer, our goal is to raise funds for every student in our program.
So without further ado, let's get started. Our first level of giving today is our highest, and many of you here are already familiar with it as a Dreamer Scholar sponsor. The investment of $4,000 a year for 10 years supports academic and enrichment programming for nearly 700 students in our program. If you believe in our kids' bold dreams, we ask you to join at this level.
Now, we know there are some people here today who may not be able to make a yearly gift of $4,000. What we're hoping for is that there is a level that feels right for you to commit to for the long term and support our program. So let's give a few more examples of what your gift could mean for the I Have a Dream.
If you choose to give $2,500 a year for 10 years, your investment can support students with social and emotional learning to be well-adjusted individuals.
And if you're feeling more comfortable at the $1,000 level, that's a $10,000 commitment. This sustained giving for the next 10 years can support students exploring college and career opportunities where they can succeed.
At $250 a year for 10 years, a gift like that would fund individual academic support in math and reading for students.
But as we mentioned earlier, our real goal today is 100% participation. So whether you were invited here by a friend or you know someone who has been impacted by I Have a Dream, we hope you're feeling inspired to contribute a meaningful gift at any level. Table hosts, can you please go ahead and pass out the contribution forms? Now, we have some amazing news to share with you to help inspire everyone to choose a level for themselves. Our goal, again, is 100% participation. Thanks to some incredible supporters, the Conscious Bay Company, and a long-standing donor who wishes to remain anonymous, if everyone here today can commit to making a gift of any amount, they will donate a total of an additional $100,000. That's $100,000 for 100% giving. We appreciate whatever level of support you can provide. Again, every donation today will make a difference and will provide programming and opportunities for all Dreamer scholars.
You can specify any gift amount on your contribution form and whether you want it to be a one-time gift or reoccurring. I'd like to now point out a few things on the contribution form. If you made a gift of $250 or greater and want it to qualify for the child care contribution credit, please check the box on your form to receive the credit. You can pay for your pledge multiple ways. We accept checks, cash, and credit card. If you're making your gift using a credit card, you have several options. You may write your card information on your contribution form. You can use the QR code on the form, but please also fill out the form so we can track your contribution information. You may also make your gift with our staff as you leave today using our card reader, and there are 2 staff members holding a sign. Please still fill out your contribution form, indicate that you're making your gift in person, and turn in the white portion of your form to your table host.
I was just informed the QR code may not be working correctly. It might be a Wi-Fi issue, so you can, I don't know. There's credit card readers. We'll have to figure that one out. Danielle's there. Speak to her if you want to sort that out. I don't know. Equally important to your financial investment is also investing your time and your passion. I Have a Dream always needs tutors to work directly with our Dreamer scholars. So please check off that box if you're interested in learning more about volunteering opportunities, and one of the team members will get in touch with you. Again, thank you to all who have made a gift, no matter what level. We are very grateful.
Our dream is that life should be better and richer and fuller for everyone, regardless of social class or economic status. It's been a tremendous lunch making bold dreams possible. Before you leave today, please make sure to fill out your contribution form, put them in the confidential envelope, and give them back to your table host.
Thank you again for attending today's event and for dreaming together. Table hosts, please collect all of the pledge forms, insert them into an envelope, and return them to the check-in table. As a small gift of our appreciation, table hosts, please take the flowers on your table to enjoy at home. Thank you for your support. And for all guests, please make sure to pick up an anniversary t-shirt and drop off your name badges on the way out. But thanks again, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank y'all.